All right, Viper, what's up? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast, Has Discusses, and we're gonna be doing a quick little interview, talk about what you've been working on and stuff like that, and what could you say about the recent music you're working on? What's it gonna sound like, and how's the recording process like?
It's looking hot now. I'm working on some new stuff. Like I was telling everybody, I just got a new keyboard, so I'm gonna be putting out some major hits, man. So y'all need to be on the lookout for it. All Viper made this beats, fresh out the oven. It's gonna be a little Fruity Loops, a little chord, a little rolling, but you're gonna have that same signature Viper sound with that melody going in the hook every time.
Yeah. Signature Viper sound. Yeah, like the instruments, you use. Like, I would like love to see. I don't know if you ever do like a behind the scenes of what it looks like, but anyways, I'm just saying like your sounds are so ethereal and like unique, and I think it's safe to say that you pioneered a lot of sounds in the industry, and I think you should get a lot of credit for like all that like ethereal cloud rap shit that came out after post 2010 and stuff like that. But now I want to go back to the beginning of the times of when you sort of got into rap music. You're from Houston. Who was the first Houston rapper that you ever started listening to and enjoying?
Well, the thing was, I personally knew Screw. Uh, so when people used to go to his house to get tapes, uh, I started following a lot of people that used to freestyle at his house, and that was just a lot of use of the artists. Some of them still around, some of them are not. But really, that was like the first people I started listening to in terms of comparing myself. I guess you would say colleagues or people that I was comparing myself to. They were primarily Houston artists. Um, Pretty much everybody in the screwed up clique.
Yeah. Who would you consider your mentor back then?
My mentor was really anybody that was rapping and doing their own beats. Just that was my thing. Was I was really more of a producer. I could rap, don't get me wrong, but my focus primarily was on making quality beats. And then when you got a good beat, everything else is gonna sound good because you got a good beat. So I follow cats that produce their own beats. Dre, DJ Quick, Warren G. Uh, you know, Even some of the younger cats that make their own beats. Uh,
Space Ghost
look to
Perp.
them.
Space Ghost Perp would be an example. I don't know if you listen to him. Are you a fan of Space Ghost Perp?
I haven't caught that cat yet.
Lil B, that's another example. That's
Yeah, Lil B. Yeah, matter of fact, we working on a song. Me and B, we gonna make a song pretty soon.
that is beautiful, man. Yeah, these. Oh man, I don't. I'm. That's gonna break some waves. You know what I mean? That's gonna be amazing. So I want to talk about the production a little bit more. What non like rap genres inspire your production? Is there like any like other like styles of music that influence your production that you'd like to speak on?
I'd say the main influence is rhythm and blues, uh, jazz, new age, all of those
Yeah.
kind of conditioned my sound and kind of molded my sound into what it is. And now, it's just a situation where I'm catching myself going back to that now that I have a lot of more free time to actually make beats. Uh, it's almost everything is going full circle, and I'm starting to go back to my original roots of you know uh, jazz. Uh,
The Kenny G, was that the Kenny G sample of remix of You'll Cowards or whatever that you just posted? That was like, is that an example of what you're talking about?
yeah, yeah, that is.
That was beautiful, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Kenny G, Hiroshima, Yanni, uh, Whitney Marcellus. It just goes on and on. And all these people had influence on me on the production side. Uh, in terms of rap artists, of course the standards, Tupac, Biggie. In terms of people that are still alive, there's quite a few of them, man. Big Sight, Exhibit, you know, a lot of East Coast people too. Diplomat set. Just music in general that when you listen to it, you can tell that the production was in house. Put it like that.
Yeah,
They didn't go to make the music.
yeah, yeah. I feel you on that. But you do a lot of like album, covers that are inspired from like other, different albums. You have one that is inspired by the life of Pablo. Are you a fan of that album? Where would you rank that in Kanye's discography?
The Life of Pablo, I would rank that as probably one of the top ones, honestly.
Thank you, thank you. I feel you on that one. And Graduation as well. Graduation's amazing. I'd rank that up
Yeah,
there.
Graduation. He used a lot. I like artists that use a lot of auto tunes because I use a lot of it. And so Kanye, I think the majority of Graduation was auto tune. So yeah.
I totally feel you, and yeah, you use autotune like very well and stuff like that. And now I want to get into like your music videos. Like, where did you develop your style for your music video from? Like, how long did it take for you to like master the craft of like editing and doing all that? Do you do all your music videos on your own?
As of late, I've been having a lot of help. Got a lot of editors. Um, my main editor, a cat named Callum, he has been with me since I want to say like 2013. This cat has been with me for a long time. But then as I move forward, other artists, other producers, video producers came aboard. Some did a little, some did a lot. So I'm fortunate in that I don't really have to do too much video editing wise. A lot of my time has been freed up because of that. So now we're in the process of making videos that are a little more explosive in terms of not a lot of green screen. We're going to start doing a lot more reality-based videos. I think that's where the movement's going now. So that's the next plan for me.
I do feel what you, yeah, you know what you're saying with the more reality-based type of things, like, like in 2000, like 13 and all of this type of stuff, people were doing like the classic like Young Lean videos with the, the monitors and stuff, but now like it's more so like what car are you in front of?
Right.
I think it's a, what are you saying?
And the quality of camera that you're using too, that plays a lot into it. So I've been researching new keyboard cameras. I used to use Canon a lot, and I would primarily use Sony cameras. But now I'm starting to dibble into Nikon and quite a few others, just to test the quality of the imprint to see if it's going to give me the same quality that I'm seeing on TV, on the videos online.
Yeah, and people are real serious on them videos lately. Like, I've seen someone drop 2K on a video, and it's like, hold on, man. You know what I mean? That's a bit much. Like, I don't know, focus on the quality of the song for some people. But anyways, I want to ask your opinion real quick on current government shenanigans. You put that in your title a lot. What's your opinion on, like, vaccines and the Great Reset? Do you have an opinion that you care to share about, or you don't have to share your opinion on it, but what do you think about that?
Well, I think I've said this, but I haven't officially said it on record. I think just like everything else, and a vaccination of the vaccine is a choice.
Yes.
The particular vaccine that they're using for COVID, people are just now starting to realize that each shot is made from, fetuses, aborted fetuses. Sometimes it's as late as the latter term of the birth. I mean, some of these babies are up to 9 months old, and they're getting killed and put in these COVID vaccine shots. To me, that's totally unacceptable. Basically, what has happened, they've made a market with this COVID vaccine. They've made a market for uh, for child termination. It's almost like an underground organ.
Donor, yeah, organ donor market, dude.
And what happens when when you enable uh, that type of activity? Of course, you're going to get more people needing abortions, more companies needing abortions. They're going to promote abortion. They're going to assist women in abortions that not necessarily wouldn't have gotten one if they wouldn't have been pressured by some of these pharmaceutical companies. So to make these vaccines, so they basically made a market for death. Somebody can sit here and say all day, "Oh, the baby's not real," But then if you ask them about themselves, or were you real at 9 months, 8 months in the baby, they're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a double standard. It's okay to kill a baby, but then you don't want to kill yourself. It's almost it's the basis to me of selfishness. It's the purest selfishness in its purest rawest form.
And I'm glad your music represents that at times. It's right to do that. It's right to go over those topics, and I think it's good.
Well, I do it on Twitter. I mean, the bottom line is, if there was no abortions, there would be no COVID vaccine shots. That's the bottom line. So basically, the government is enabling and progressively enhancing this process of death, and it's almost biblical.
Are you religious?
Very, and it's almost biblical in that they are going to let people, they're going to let people kill as many of these infants as they want. They're going to let people get vaccine after vaccine after vaccine, kill baby after baby after baby. The third shot, that's just a number. It's going to go up to 7. It's going to go up to 10. How many babies do you think, God is going to allow to be just, demolished over and over? At some point, if you got like one of my kids' mothers, for example, she got the first vaccine shot. Then she heard about this, what I'm talking about, which is the premise of Christian religious exemption that if you see online, if you see on the news that a lot of federal and state employees are claiming a religious exemption. This is the exemption I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, what they're doing is getting the first shot, but then they realize, okay, this is wrong. I'm enabling and contributing to the death of children. And so what they're doing is they're starting to stop. They're getting the first one, then they stop. I feel like if you got one and you realize that you're wrong and you stop, that's good. And just continue to stop. I think you're going to be okay. But the people that are fueling this, the people that are getting 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
We're going to end up like Australia, man. I don't know if you've seen what goes down over there.
Yeah, eventually, they're just going to let them have unlimited, as many as you want. And at some point, it's just going to be too much, I think, personally, for God to deal with. He's just going to get sick of it.
Drop a flood.
They're about to start sticking babies. Now what happens when you stick a baby in a baby? You don't think that upsets, God? It's almost ludicrous. It's almost unfathomable. It's almost abominational.
Yeah.
What these people are letting happen. And so watch the news. You're gonna see. I'm predicting the future. I'm telling everybody what's gonna happen. First thing is they're gonna take everybody's job that's not vaccinated. That's the first thing. They're already doing that. It's already federal, state level. Their job is already gone.
Yeah.
They're gonna start dipping into the private soon. And then after that, they're gonna start to take people's jobs. And once all the jobs are taken, the next thing you do after that is they're going to quarantine everybody that's not vaccinated. It only makes sense. Put them in a separate place, separated from everyone else, so everybody else doesn't, so they feel different, than the people that have not been vaccinated. And basically what's going to happen is it's going to deteriorate. The unvaccinated will begin to be treated poorly in these camps, these concentration camps. Eventually, they'll be starved out, and eventually they'll just wither to nothing. And that's what the Bible says. Anybody that does not get the mark of the beast is going to be separated. It says in the Bible. Anybody that does not get the mark of the beast, they're first going to be separated. First, they're gonna lose everything, including family. Then they're gonna be separated. Then they're gonna lose food, and then they're gonna die. Simple as that. So I said in one of my tweets, I feel like this is the rapture now, because people that are not getting the vaccine are going on up to God because they kept their religious belief and didn't break it. People that are getting the vaccine, they staying here, but they taking a serious gamble on their salvation. So, I'm not here to judge anybody. Just me personally, and all of my children, we haven't gotten it, and we don't plan to. And if you watch the news, you're gonna see how volatile it's gonna get real soon. And that's how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to get volatile. It's supposed to get out of control with these type of things going on. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. I think I cleared everything up on that.
Nah, that's all good. You said what you had to say, and I don't want to talk about my opinion on any of that. I think I agree with some of it. I disagree with some of it. We're all good. Anyways, let's talk about some other topics and stuff like that. We could get into the Trap Lord Ross diss. Why'd you have to do that to him? Why'd you have to drop 2 murderous diss tracks to Trap Lord Ross?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to say this too. A lot of these most if not all of these rap beefs that have come out are not my doing. They are things that my video editors have conglomerated and conjured up. But at the end of the day, I really don't have any beefs with anybody, not even Trap Lord Ross. He said some things that I didn't necessarily agree with, but at the end of the day, all what's the word I want to use? All propaganda in the rap game is cash. I mean, the more people talk down about what I'm doing and what's going on with me, the more money I make. So trust me, a hater in my situation is actually better than a friend. So actually, yeah, that's what it is.
So now I want to ask you a question which I think you would find really interesting. Your brother's a filmmaker. Now, have you ever talked with him about potentially doing the soundtrack to one of his films?
I have, but it's this interesting thing, especially in the Black community. It's multiplied times 100. It's called sibling rivalry, and it's very strong in our family. We all try to be the best and make our parents proud, and we try to be the best child out of all of them. So we all still competing to this day. So to make a long story short, there's only 24 hours in a day, and he generally uses it all for what he's doing, and I don't blame him for that. I mean, it's already difficult out here, and then for him to have to find all the things he needs to make his process work. A lot of times I'm just excluded in it, and that's a good thing, just like I exclude him out of certain things that I'm doing, So I haven't got a chance to get him to do a video. To get him to do one of his soundtracks. Now, one thing about him, it seems like every movie he's doing, he's getting bigger. Like he's big. His clientele, his name is getting bigger every movie he makes. So eventually, what I'm hoping is that he'll be so big, maybe like a Spike Lee big, so big that if I did do something for him, it'll add to my recognition,
Yes.
And so I'm kind of giving him some space, to let him flourish in what he's doing, just like he's doing for me. And then I think we're gonna meet on the other, higher up in the grind, higher up at a later time when we both are a little large,
I mean, I feel you on the whole competition thing. I think my brother's a bouncer at a bar, and I'm a chef at a restaurant. I don't think it would be good if I started working as a bouncer with him, you know what I'm saying? Right. I think it would be a bit like, he's older than me, he's stronger than me. We're gonna be booting people out like more than you. I don't know, just some weird stuff. It'd be, competition type stuff like that. Now, you played piano as a child and stuff like that. Which songs did you learn to master at an early age, or do you know any songs that you're good at playing on piano?
Well, coming up, all I really played was church music. So church music is similar to secular music in that uh, you find the key that you want and then you just play. So a lot of the times, to go back to your question, um, a lot of the times what I was introduced to was just church equipment, the organ,
Mm.
the piano, the keyboard. And, when you learn how to play in church, it just makes everything else so much easier because church is very difficult. Uh, you only have a certain much amount of time to catch a key. When someone starts singing a song, you need to catch the key. You only got a few seconds to catch the key, so you really have to be versed on what you're doing. So
Yeah, and you don't want to mess it up in front of everyone. Yeah.
exactly. And so rap and you know piano and keyboard, that's just an extension of that. But the original uh, abilities came from church. So that's where it came from. And now it's crazy because now that I have a little more free time, like I've been saying, all of those things I'm noticing I'm going back to. I'm noticing I catch myself playing church songs on the keyboard. All these different things. It's just interesting how things go full circle.
What's your most favorite instrument to use when making music? Would it be just straight up Fruity Loops, or like do you have a specific keyboard or drum machine that you're like in love with?
As the time changed, I started doing different things. As of late, I've been using a mixture of Fruity Loops. I use a chord, a little bit of a Triton. It just varies, I haven't been making beats for a couple of years, and the reason why is because I wanted to have a good platform to do it. Right now, the YouTube channel that I share with one of my editors, it's like at 60,000 subscribers, but I have my own channel that's just owned by me, and the plan is I'm gonna get that channel up to where it's a channel that's gonna be reputable, and then I plan to start really making some insane beats that, along with quality video footage, can get me in the range of where I want to be: 100,000, 200,000, 400,000 followers.
Yeah. Have you ever dropped the instrumental tape, or would you ever plan on doing so?
I plan on it. I plan on it at some point. I plan on dropping a lot of things. I plan on dropping a gospel album. I plan on dropping an R&B album. But all of these things I think will come later on when I have a little more freedom, time-wise, because these things people just constantly asking me for. So, it's something you have to do, especially when you in the music industry. The whole point is to bring something to the table that's going to touch somebody else. And so I'm definitely going to take any recommendations to heart.
Yeah, and I mean, an example of something that I think that you have brought to the table is the Vaporwave album. Like, that was honestly some beautiful stuff, man. Like, just the rapper doing a straight up Vaporwave album, bro. What got you to do that album? It was fantastic.
Man, I've been really just experimenting with a lot of different stuff, and again, it just all comes back from everything coming to a head. Now with the way the world is and all these crazy things going on, I find myself at home, almost 90% of the time, 95% of the time. I just don't want to go outside. It's just got completely insane out there.
Yeah.
So what happens is I've got all this time, all day, every day, 24 hours to do nothing. So what do? I've been concentrating on bringing everything to a head. Everything coming back. The harpoon's coming back. Not the harpoon. What do you call it? The thing that goes around and comes back. You throw it and it comes back to you.
Oh yeah. Starts with a B. Boomerang.
Boomerang.
There we go.
So now I've got this time. So now I'm going to concentrate on giving people quality music. It's nothing like a quality song I've gotten, texts from people, emails, letters, people saying that, one song that I would make would touch somebody to the point where they wouldn't kill themselves, or they changed their whole life. All of these sweeping things that I didn't really think that I could be a part of, in contributing. I am, and so now I'm starting to notice, especially as I get older, I'm starting to notice that the focus is coming off me, and it's starting to go towards others, and it's going to making a product that people can, like I said, literally, wrap themselves with, and so that's what I'm working on, to get more and more quality product, and not necessarily for sales. It's primarily to touch people. Life is so short, and every little thing you do is going to be remembered. And if you can do something that's going to help somebody, that's almost a double blessing. So I say a double good thing, So
that's beautiful, man. That's fucking beautiful, man. And this was a beautiful interview, man. We really got to tap into the mind of Viper. This is a beautiful interview, and I'd like to thank you once again for joining the show. And if you have any shout outs at the end that you'd like to shout out to anyone or any announcements, say it right now. And thanks for coming on, man.
Okay. I really just want to say shout out to my video editors, in particular, Callum Peters. He know he is, aka Kettle on Water. I want to appreciate you, man. Thank you for bringing me on. Everybody that's bought a vinyl, I want to say this. Everybody that's purchased a vinyl, y'all have been very patient and very understanding. I'm in the process of mailing out vinyls to people that didn't get their vinyls. The key is, I want people to know, is that if you haven't got your vinyl yet, you're going to get your vinyl. It's coming. It's still in the process of getting everything straightened out. With trying to make new music and then trying to get product out, all these different things simultaneously is difficult. So I'm in the process of trying to get some people to help me with merchandise. But until I do, I just want everybody to know that I haven't forgot about you. All the orders are online on my account, showing me who has not been provided their product, and I want them to know that it's coming out. So I do ask, though, when everybody finally gets your product, do not let that be a deterrent from you reordering, because again, this y'all college product is about to change. Right now, I'm doing a regular version. But there's going to be a retro version, and the retro version is going to be possibly chopped and screwed. I haven't decided yet on that, but it's possible. If not, the retro version is going to be just like the other one, but it's going to have the retro cover on it. It's going to have different vinyls inside. So the key is, when people are ordering these vinyls, I want them to consider it, as memorabilia, in that I'm gonna make sure they get it, but then order another one. I mean, if you get the smoke one, go ahead and order the green one, because these things are gonna be worth some money, especially when I leave this earth. I don't know when it's gonna be, but
yeah,
I'm 49, but we ain't talking about too much longer, a couple of decades, maybe longer. We're talking about this stuff being worth a lot of money. So just don't order one. And everybody that orders a vinyl, if they notice, they're getting a signed poster, and they're also getting a signed CD, in addition to the CD that they're already going to get in the bundle.
Yeah.
So they order a bundle, they're going to end up with like 5 posters in it, like 3 CDs, 2 or 3 CDs, minimum 2. They're going to end up with all these posters. They're going to end up with a postcard signed. That's if you order the $49. If you order the $29 one, you're still going to get like 2 or 3 posters. You're still going to get a free CD. All these extra things are signed by me with messages. So all that's going to be worth something, because we're only talking about a couple of hundred, a couple of thousand people that have ordered this already. You're talking about a couple of hundred units out there. available. You know, this is not something that no one else can sell but me. You know, I have the market, I have the monopoly for it. So if you order one, once you get that one in the mail, order another one because it's going to be signed to you and it's going to have everything that makes a collector's item valuable. So keep that in mind. It's got my own personal signature, the only Viper signature that cannot be copied because it's so authentic. All of that's going to be in there, man. So just want to let everybody know I haven't forgot about y'all. I promise y'all will be receiving y'all's product.
Sounds amazing, man. Go check that out. Anyone listening, go check that out. And obviously, link in the description to his music and socials. Goodbye.
And the last thing, I want to send a shout out to all of my fans. I want to let y'all know, y'all are really blessing me right now. I'm in the process of a transition. Like everybody knows, I'm a real estate broker, but I'm in the process of trying to find agents. That's why the money ain't coming like I want because I don't have many agents. I don't have any right now. I'm in the process of getting some. So I want to tell y'all thank you because the music money right now is what's keeping me, but it's also allowing me to invest that money into being able to recruit for my real estate business. So it's almost like a piggyback. So
yeah,
I appreciate the blessing that all the fans are doing. So I want to tell the fans, keep listening to the music, keep streaming. That's what's helping me right now. Keep ordering product. And I promise you, if anybody also gets, if anybody looks at my tweets, try to look at my tweets because there's one tweet that talks about my free movers business that's going to go public. And now's the time to get involved in that because once this free movers realty company goes public, it's going to be too late for anybody to jump on. So y'all hit me up, text me, email me, primarily text me though, 281-690-9705. Hit me up if you want to jump in on this free movers. I can tell you now, anybody coming in investing $1,000, you're going to get a substantial amount of stock for that amount of money. That's going to be worth a significant amount of money in the future, in the near future. So whatever you got a couple of $100, you got, whatever. Go to my Twitter and you'll see the GoFundMe that I have for the stock trade symbol that I'm about to get to go public. So I want everybody to invest in that, keep investing in the real estate business. Number one, pray for me. My mother just passed. I think I'm doing decent, for this. I've been getting a lot of support, a lot of people calling me and checking on me. So y'all keep me in your prayers, please. If you got the vaccine shot, don't get another one. You're killing the baby when you do.
Yeah, I'm not getting my third. For sure.
Yeah, if you got two, denounce the first two and just move on and you good. Other than that, man, everybody stay blessed. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great day.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right, take care. One.